here today is transform 4x to the second power plus 9y to the second power minus 48x plus 72y plus 144 equals 0 into standard form and graph. So to start off, we want to move the similar variables onto one side. So in this case, we want to have the x values on one side and the y values on another side, meaning that we take 4x squared and then we move the 48x over to the 4x squared to make sure that it's on the same side. Additionally, we're also going to do the same thing for the y values as well. And all we have left is the 144, and all of that totals up to 0. Next, we want to simplify this down in a sense that we can take some numbers out of the different numbers. So in the case of x's, we see that 4 can be taken out of both values. So it turns into 4x squared negative 12 x. And we're also going to add something here, so we're going to keep that blank for now. And then moving on to the y values, we can then take away 9, or take 9, or we can now, wait, let me find the word here,
Find.
We can now simplify the y values by bringing out a 9, or by dividing both by 9 to get 9 multiplied by y squared plus 8y plus 144. Wait. And we're going to add something there again. So I'm going to put a parentheses and a space. Plus 144 equals 0. Now we want to do something called completing the square. Completing the square means taking the middle term and dividing it by 2, which in this case equals negative 6, and squaring it, which equals 36. Basically, the point of completing the square is to find a number, in this case 36, that would make this whole entire expression inside the parentheses equal to a perfect square. On this side, we also want to make a perfect square as well. So we divide 8 by 2, and that equals 4. And then when we square it, we get 16. So what we do to one side, we do to the other side. So we take 4 multiplied by 36, because we must also add that to the right side. And since it's within the parentheses, we have to multiply by 4. And then, so in that case, we must add, so now we must add 144, because 36 times 4, or multiplied by 4, is 144, and 9 multiplied by 16 is 144 as well. So now, to get the perfect square, we are going to do 4 multiplied by x minus 6, as we found, squared, and then we move over to the y section, and then we get 9 multiplied by y plus 4 squared in order to find the standard form of an ellipse. And then over here, we then want to get rid of this 144 by subtracting it from both sides. And then in that case, we will get 4x minus 6 squared plus 9y plus 4 squared equals 144. Next, we want to divide both sides by 144 to get 1 to complete the standard form. So now we must divide both sides by 144 in order to get 1 on the right side and in order to get rid of the 4 and the 9. So when we divide both sides by 144, we will get x minus 6 squared divided by 36 plus y plus 4 squared divided by 16 equals 1, thus fulfilling the standard formula and thus allowing us to finally graph. So, in order to graph, now we must find our vertices, and in order to find our vertices, we take the a value, which in this case, a is equal to the square root of a squared, and our a squared is 36, so if we take the square root of 36, a is 6. So in order to find the vertices, we take h minus a and then h plus a in order to find our major axis vertices. So if we take h, which in this case is 6, and we subtract that by 6, we will get 0, -4. And then if we take 6 and then we add that to 6, we get 12, and then in that case we'll get 12, -4. So the next step is finding the minor axis points. So the minor axis is similar to the vertices in a sense that instead of A, we actually take B, the B value. So the B value is similar to A in a sense that it's equal to the square root of B squared, which in this case is 16. So B is equal to 4. Unlike the vertices, we want to apply this change to the K values. So it'll be H, comma, K minus B, and then H, K plus B. So K in this case is -4, minus 4 is -8. So our point will be 6, -8. And then if we add B to K, we will get 0. So our point will be 0, -4. So now all that is left is finishing the ellipse, and then to finish the ellipse, we just draw it out. So the ellipse looks like that.